This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Alcohol does damage the brain, but I don't know if it went that far with them already. I don't know. I drink a lot. I'd like to think that I'm not like that.
And co-host Marnie Winfield.
Sometimes there's a very small window that if something doesn't happen and there isn't action made in that short period of time, that it might not happen, maybe not ever again.
It is the 17th of September, 2022. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name is Marnie Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. We've been gone away for a week, it seems.
Has it been a week?
Yeah, I think so. Well, no, I did one on Tuesday.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we didn't do one Thursday, and well, here we are. It's Saturday. Yay!
Saturday.
At least we're doing one. I went to the hospital. They looked at my stomach, trying to figure out, if I had cancer in my stomach somewhere or something, what was going on. I've been having these pains, and they said, "You're all right, kid. You're not dying today." So that's a good thing, but I don't know. I'm kind of concerned because I'm like, man, is my mind just playing tricks on me? Like, I know I feel pain in my stomach. Does it need to get looked at more?
Yeah. And both our moms checked in and were like, how'd it go? And I'm like, it went good. And usually that's exactly what you want to say. But
Yeah.
I'm like, but we need answers.
Yeah, I just want, I don't know. I've took to Google, and I can read so much about pancreatic cancer, and it's something that you don't want. It's something that is brought on by drinking and smoking a lot, which, all right, I've checked those boxes. I'm coming up on 4 years without a drink. That's nice, but is the damage already done? I don't know. And it's one of those harder ones for doctors to see. And I've heard that on several websites that are by doctors, I think. I don't know. But no, that's just what I've read. It's like it's really hard to see. And it's not usually the first place they look. First, like, oh, let's remove the gallbladder. And they do that. And then, oh, maybe this and that. And so by the time they get around to it, if you don't have, and this is just my opinion, I don't know, this could be totally false. I'm not a doctor. I'm a radio guy. Who reads internet. So
You're like, as a follower of WebMD.
Not even that. It was just it wasn't sponsored. So that was good. I don't read the ones that are sponsored. But, yeah, but with my not top A notch, whatever, insurance, I don't know. Do they just go, yeah, we're not going to do this. We're just going to do the half-ass kind because this guy's got half-ass insurance? I don't know.
No, I think they did the procedure exactly how it was supposed to be done, and we just need to do kind of the process of elimination. And I had the doctor on the line, and he was trying to explain to me that it might be your brain is firing pain signals incorrectly.
All right, which makes me go, what?
Yeah.
I'm crazy? Because I woke up, seriously, it's probably about a month or so ago, but it felt like the devil had reached into my guts, underneath my ribs, and just squeezed. And it woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I was screaming in pain. I mean, it was crazy. And to think that my brain would, I don't know.
No, he said it was misfiring of pain signals that can be brought on by stress.
Well,
I couldn't really wrap my head around it. I was kind of like just, okay.
Stress does do a lot, but I don't know that though. I mean, I was dead sleep. I woke up just,
Oh, I'm not saying I'm buying it. I'm just saying that that's what his follow-up was.
But the thing that scares me is just like, okay, well, they didn't see it because that's not what they see on those things. But I pray Jesus, just make this, I don't know. I'll follow up, see what we need to do, but I got another day.
Yep.
So that's good. Yeah, and it's better than, there could have been a lot worse news.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I was grateful.
It's good looking out. Thanks for the prayers. There's some events coming up. It is Recovery Month. September is Recovery Month. We haven't really talked too much about that because every month to me is Recovery Month.
Yeah, right.
But it makes it hard because everybody plans their events. We've been invited to a couple. We were invited to one down in Kalamazoo. I think that was actually last weekend. Carol's Hope invited us to that. And there's another one that we were invited to. And it's over kind of by Detroit. I think that's coming up on the 24th. But it's hard because like everybody's having their events. Like we can't make it to all of them.
Yeah.
We just don't have the time, the funding, or anything, you know, to hit all of them up. But I mean, we'd love to, and yeah, invite us to all of them. We keep inviting us. We'd love to at least.
If we can make it, we'll make it. Is there one? What's the one at the library?
That's coming up on Tuesday.
This Tuesday
in Traverse City.
What time?
It's at 6.
Okay.
And I was planning on doing a little broadcasting.
Good.
Gonna set up our tent. I think we got our new logo for 2023. I like it.
I like it.
It's
too.
official now.
I like it as well.
I changed it on our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I changed it as our logo there because it's like our official new logo. Because normally I just make a new podcast logo, but this one I think it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I like it.
I was doodling around at 3 a.m. and thought, this one works. So probably have a couple of the new shirts out there, but yeah, do a little live broadcast from the library. It's Families Against Narcotics. They did like this whole series, and I think it's been going since April?
Yeah.
April and May, something like that, where they every month they have people talk at the library and different aspects of recovery. And so they're gonna have just like a big shindig out there and free ice cream.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll be there for that. I guess one of the radio stations is going to be out there. So that's pretty cool that they got them involved. And I was kind of helping Nancy at Fan. I was like, hey, you know, like radio stations have to do that stuff. If they're legit, they have to. If they follow the rules from the FCC. And a lot of mom and pop's places don't. But this place, you know, looks like hopefully they're coming out there of their own goodwill. You know, do some community service. And, you know, a lot of people in recovery can show up. And there's going to be open mic.
Nice.
So get on the mic and spit fire. If you want, you know, come tell your story. Come talk about your successes. You know, that's what it's about.
That's very cool.
Seeing other people in the places, because you and I at one point thought we would never, ever be where we're at right now.
Nope.
Thought it was impossible. Thought that just happens to other people. That's what I really thought. I really thought I would never get it. And when that attitude changed is when I got put on paper and I had to be on probation for a year. And then it was like, all right, well, I can show everybody, you know, I can do it for a year. And I just had purpose, you know, I started the podcast and that gave me a huge purpose. And, you know, starting 217 Recovery, making it into a nonprofit. You know, I love it when people tell me I can't do something because then that gives me, it fuels my fire, man. It really does. And if those haters weren't out there, if those people weren't snickering when I was doing podcasts, with 3 dudes passing one microphone around with just my mom listening. You know, if I would have gave up then, nah, I wouldn't be here. But it wasn't about that for me. It wasn't about how many people were listening. It was about me coming home at the end of the day doing a podcast and being sober. I had to be sober to do a podcast.
Yep.
I was living in a sober living home. I was on probation. I was starting a company. I was putting it out there for the first time. You know, I was always trying to hide it, even though I didn't do a very good job because I had Facebook. And if you read my Facebook post, you'd be like, what is Corey drinking today? And well, apparently it was a lot of it, whatever it was. But, you know, to put it out, yeah, I'm in recovery 100%. You know, that was a big factor of my sobriety today too. So it all works out how it's supposed to, but I had to have some consequences. And now I'm doing great things and people kind of look up to me, which is kind of cool. It kind of throws me back a minute, but then I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm doing good stuff. So, you know, why not? And there's nothing wrong with saying you're doing good stuff.
Right.
Because some people think, oh, Corey, you cocky son of a bitch. All right, whatever, man. You know, I'm sober today. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about I'm the best person on the world, on the face of the earth. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm the best me today. I know I am because I'm not drinking. Have I done everything that was on my list of things I wanted to do today? Nah. But that's okay, too, because I don't have cancer in my stomach, I don't think. So I'll have tomorrow to finish that list.
Yeah.
But it's tough, you know, for different people. A buddy of mine, and he'll probably be out there on Tuesday, and he'll probably share a little bit of his story. But, you know, I kind of saw it coming. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and I can't really wish for someone to go back into their addiction, even if just for a minute. But sometimes you see it And I see it just because those are the things I used to say. Those are the things I used to do. But I can't really call people out on that. You know, I can't like pull them aside and be like, look, buddy, start pointing the finger at them. Like, you're going to relapse. I remember my mom telling me that. You're going to relapse. And I can see it in your face. I can see it in your tone. I can see it in your attitude. And I hated that. And that actually gave me an excuse to go relapse. Well, she's pretty much saying I'm going to relapse. So she knows it's coming. Might as well. And I don't want to be the a-hole. You know, I want them people to come trust me. And if they do want to talk about something, they'll know that I'm here for them. But, you know, those are tough situations. And I see it all the time, especially when I was working at the treatment center here in Traverse City. You know, I'd see guys come in and I would just think, oh, my God, like, dude, you got so much further to go. I'm so glad I'm not in your spot. You know, those are the things that would keep me sober, though.
Yeah.
You know, seeing that firsthand and go, oh, my God, like, wow, he's at that stage, you know. And I remember thinking that stage. I think that was like my 4th time going to rehab, you know. Like 10 more times to go. Yeah. Not everybody has to go that many times either, but.
And don't think that we're not saying that. Like, I always am wishing success for everybody who's starting this journey.
Absolutely.
You know, it's the ones you worry about that get too ahead of themselves. I think that's what you're saying. Because I mean, same thing. I did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I hate the phrase, I got this. Or like, you got this. Yeah. You know, and it does slip out every once in a while just because it flows out. But because you want it so badly and you want it for them. You know, I want everybody to make it. And, you know, our numbers are not good. And, you know, it takes what it takes. But then there's the people out there that go to rehab one time. And they do, and they stay sober. Yeah, Justin. Those people are out there, and they're killing it, you know? So, I mean, it can be done. It can be done. Yeah. It's just, I guess, maybe it's one of those things that just makes you nervous when you see certain behaviors or attitudes that's where you were at one point, and it didn't work out well. Right. So it's like you're looking at yourself in the mirror, like from in the past, in a time machine. Mm-hmm. I know you love your time machine references.
Yeah, I did one in my college paper. I was like, since I don't have a time machine, I won't know how that works out. But and I put that I threw away my blueprints for it too in paper, college paper I was writing.
I'm sure you did.
I didn't even look for my grade. I was like, I got it completed. That's all I care about. But no, going back to the fact that people, when they do slip, though, I don't hold it against them. Mm-hmm. I'm not like, hey, don't ever talk to me again, buddy. You know, and I'm not throwing it in their face. Well, sometimes I am. Just because if my relationship with them is like that, I'm going to bust their balls a little bit. But no, I don't think any less of those people. Not at all. Right. You know, now if they're out there and they're straight up lying and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, what did I do in my active addiction? Was I drinking, telling people I wasn't? Absolutely. You know, back in the day. So I don't hold that against people. But I'll do what I can to help them get back up. You know, that's what it's about. It's about getting back up. You know, the minute you take that first drink, you're done. Yeah. And you can't stop, and that's how it works. And if you're doing drugs, same thing, you know, like alcohol is a drug anyway, but yeah, once you start, man, stay away from that first one. That first one gets you're done, and from then on, it's what are you going to do to get back up? Mm-hmm. Are you going to stay out there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? You're going to burn everything down, or just a little bit? And the pride will keep us out there more than anything, I think, you know, just like, I can't tell anybody. I don't want everybody to know. And then it's like, well, it's to that point now, so I need to go back. And that's good. You know, when people do come back and reach out for help, and, you know, it's about getting back up, man. Yeah. I had a lady reach out to me the other day, and I was kind of confused. Somebody I went to school with. And she asked me if I was still doing that AA stuff. I said, well, I'm like, like to go to meetings, but I don't really work the steps or anything. My friend Tom will say otherwise. He says, Corey, you're working the steps. You just don't know it. Okay. But I told her that, and she's like, okay, well, I think I want to stop drinking. I'm tired of drinking. And she said she can go 3 or 4 days, and then she starts feeling like shit. And she'll feel good at first, you know, those first couple days. And then she feels like shit again, so she drinks. And I was like, well, you know, the withdrawals can last up to a month or 2, you know, like they can last a long time, the physical symptoms. And then the mental symptoms last years, you know. So I was kind of telling her that, and then she's like, well, I don't drink that much. I was like, what? I'm so confused. Like, are you just trying to holler at me on Facebook? I'm married, like, what are you talking about? But I think she really kind of needed help. And then she was talking about some trauma that had happened to her. And I said, well, do you have a therapist? And she's like, no, I hate those people. They're a-holes. I'm like, okay. So she doesn't have a good relationship with a therapist. She doesn't have anything like that. She doesn't want to go get help at a treatment center. She doesn't need detox or anything.
Mm.
I was like, all right, thanks. See ya. I don't know what you want me to just tell you.
Well, I'm partial to this lady's comment because I completely agree with her on a level that I don't know what her experience is with past counselors or therapists, but you need to keep looking for somebody that works for you because they will help you. I mean, not everyone, because I can't say that. I don't know, but for the majority of the time, people that have that job, they want to help you. And even if all it is listening to you. So you got somebody who was pushy or too opinionated or too blunt, whatever it is, they're not all like that. You just need to keep looking for somebody that works for you. It's like dating. That's what I tried. That's one of my professors said. Like, you need to find somebody who fits you, and it is a professional relationship. And if it doesn't work out, then say, I'm sorry, this doesn't work out. This doesn't feel right. I'm gonna have to give a referral for somebody else who might be a better fit. Maybe you don't want to talk to a male. Maybe you don't want to talk to a female. Maybe you don't want to talk to somebody who's young. Maybe you don't want to talk to somebody who's old. So, I mean, shop around. I know it sounds bad, but it's helpful to you. Having a therapist is amazing.
Maybe she had the wrong expectations.
That
Maybe
could
I
be
have
too.
the wrong expectations. I want my therapist to listen and let me work it in my mind what was the best options there.
But it'd be awesome is if you actually said that to your therapist. Like,
Yeah.
even if you said, like, this is what I'm looking for out of this relationship.
Yeah,
Bam, lay it out there.
Tell me, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. No, I don't work that way, personally.
I mean, you could walk in there and say, here's what I want from you. I just want you to listen to me blab. Just this entire 45 minutes.
But that's what my therapist does, so I don't have to. I don't have to tell her that. I mean,
No.
my therapist now is good, but like I've had many, and
I'm just saying, how are they supposed to know? Are they supposed to read your mind? Like, okay, if you don't want any input, tell them that. They want to help you. If that's how it's going to help you, by just talking with no reflective listening or anything, by all means, they will probably be happy to do that.
just type out a sheet of paper and type on it and say, how would you have done that different? And then just hand it to the therapist and say, when I look at you and nod, I want you to ask me that question. So then start like doing your spiel about blah, blah, and this and that, and then nod. How would you do that different? Well, let me think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But yeah, for her, hopefully, I don't know. But again, I'm not really sure what she was wanting out of the communication there.
That's
but
my 2 cents on that.
she might have been drinking too. And it's hard to give people, like, I would say advice, I guess, because it's not really, she wasn't asking for advice, but like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know what she was wanting, I guess, out of the messaging me. Like, no, you're not an alcoholic then. I don't really know. Like, she knew that drinking was the problem, but she doesn't want to do anything to rectify it, I guess, or to change.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, therapists are not supposed to give you advice.
I'm no therapist.
They're not supposed to tell you what to do. They're supposed to talk to you for you to figure out what you want to or are willing to do that's best for you.
Yeah.
They can identify stuff that's detrimental or that is not working out for you so you can hear it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, kids are screaming out in the woods.
That's where we live. Kids getting murdered out in the woods. I heard that through my headphones. I was like, what is going on? Crazy here in Traverse City. Kids. I think we're about 2 less of them now, it sounds like. No, just kidding. But, yeah, just if you need a therapist, reach out to one. And if that doesn't work, like Marty said, just keep trying.
And if you're like, I don't know how to get a therapist, I don't have insurance. If you have Medicaid, look on the back of your card, call the number, and say, I need therapy. And they will direct you to an agency or a practice that accepts Medicaid or whatever insurance you have.
Yeah. Flip that card over. And
Flip the card over. Call
sometimes
the
it's
number.
right on the front, too.
Yeah.
So there you go. Then there's another event coming up. So I'm jumping all over the place. On the 27th at Addiction Treatment Services. It's called Porchapalooza. I did a podcast with Adam a few weeks ago, and we talked about it.
Yeah, he's character.
Yeah,
I love Adam.
We had quite a fun podcast. I feel like I could be out of control, Corey, again, because I wasn't given like evil looks. The other side of the studio, like, shut up, Corey. But no, it was cool though, doing that podcast, and you can go back and listen to it if you want. But on the 27th, it's at Addiction Treatment Services in Traverse City, 1010 Garfield Avenue, and there's going to be so many activities. It starts at 10 a.m., and Christina from ATS asked me if I'd want to talk on the microphone. I said,
I think it's cute how Sasha asked you, do you want to talk on the microphone?
I like
You're like,
there,
how?
like-
You mean like what?
First, she
What do
asked
you
if we
mean?
had a microphone, which I think was a pretty silly question.
Aw, Christina.
I said, yeah. She said, you have one you can like plug into a thing? Yeah. Yep.
Well, the bottom line is you're going to be emceeing it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yep.
That's awesome.
I said, absolutely. That'd be fun.
That will be a lot of fun. That's the 27th.
Yep.
Is that not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday?
Yep.
Okay.
And I told him we want to do live broadcasts from there too. Mm-hmm. So that'd be fun. I'm going to try to get Tyrone up. I was on the phone with Tyrone today. I almost asked him what he was doing on the 27th, but I figured I'll wait. I talk to Tyrone every day, so.
They're having meetings, back-to-back meetings,
Yeah,
right?
meetings. There's going to be a euchre tournament, cornhole tournament, and then like in the evening, I guess, when the events kind of wind down around 4 or 5, whatever that is, there's like a comedy club or a comedy place. There's some comedy going to happen, and it'll be pretty cool. But if you want to pencil us in that day, that'd be fun. You know, if you're around Traverse City or you want to make a trip to Traverse City, it's Tuesday.
It's going to be snacks galore.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be so much fun. And if you're in the recovery community, wherever you are, you know, hopefully your event's on a Saturday or Sunday. You know, you can come up here on a Tuesday or come down here on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
There's going to be meetings. Yeah, like you said, there's going to be all kinds of meetings.
Speakers.
We're going to have a 217 recovery meeting, which is living in recovery.
You going to play some music?
I don't know. I was told, yes, I am. Okay, yep, I'm told I am going to be playing some music.
That was my encouragement.
Oh, that wasn't a question. That was a statement from you. Okay. Yep, we're playing some music. Maybe I'll sing. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, speaking of me singing, though, it is, of course, once again, Saturday night.
Right.
Tonight on the Intimacy Game. It's Saturday night, and that means one thing. They're both gonna answer questions honestly. It's time for the Intimacy Game. Corey and Martney. Draw a question from the box, and we're gonna answer it honestly. Here on the Intimacy Game. It's time for the Intimacy Game. Gives me plenty of time to get the intimacy cards out.
Uh-huh.
I like the intro. Thank you. That was done by me. In less than 10 minutes, probably 5. Now, there's a game called Best Self Intimacy, 150 prompts. I already got it for my anniversary gift.
Yep.
So we are going to pull out of this, and we're going to, like the intro said, answer it honestly. Mm-hmm. All right, you went first last week, so I'm going to go first this week. I asked the question, you answer it, and you flip it back to me, and then I answered the question that I asked you.
Yes.
Okay. Here's your question. Who in your life or past do you owe an apology, and for what?
You can only be one person.
Who in your life or past do you owe an apology, and for what?
So off the top of my head, I mean, it's not one person. And being a person who was in active addiction for like decades, I'm sure there's a lot of them that that were minimal. But the one that I continue to try to pay back with staying sober is to my family. You know, my mom in particular. And my dad. And all my siblings. Just the people that loved me and that I put through so much hell when I was drinking and using, because I mean, they tried so desperately to try to turn things around for me, and then it just got to a point where, and I was not nice, especially to my mom. I was not nice, and she'll even tell you that. So I've said I'm sorry, many times, and it's kind of like we've gotten to a point where it's kind of an unsaid thing. Like she knows. And she knows that I'm turning things around for all kinds of reasons. But, this is me saying I'm sorry by staying sober.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
For me, it would be probably some ex-girlfriends. Mm-hmm. And one in particular, though, on my 1-year anniversary, like is when I told the story of my story, and I was pretty hard, and this goes to show you too how you continue to grow in recovery. I played the blame game on that, and I was like, oh well, she was drinking hard liquor, she was drinking shots, she was an alcoholic too. That was unfair. Clearly she's not. She didn't go to treatment. She got married, has kids and stuff. She didn't have to go to treatment, that was just me deflecting some of the blame onto someone else. Mm-hmm. So, for that, I'm sorry. That was very, very rude of me. And now that I'm deeper into my recovery and longer into my recovery, I see that clearly. No one else ever poured any alcohol down my throat while I was tied up. Mm-hmm. So, no, that's not fair. So
right, and when we don't process, our anger with ourselves and where we're at with things and the things that we've done, we want to find it out, and that's where the blame game comes in, and that's where it's like we want to make it make sense and not have it all just be us.
Yeah, and when I tell my story now, which I really don't do often, I don't tell it the same like I did then. Right. And actually, Shia LaBeouf was going to be our celebrity of the week last week. Mm-hmm. And then I started reading some of the stuff he was saying, and I was like, I can't make him our celebrity of the week. Like, he's still got some work to do. And I'm not saying that what he's doing is bad. I'm just saying, like, there was a lot of those same kind of things, like still blaming other people. Yeah. And it's like, hey man, what about holding yourself accountable? Right. But I'm sure he's a great guy when he's sober.
Oh, that's exciting. So I can find somebody, another celebrity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I was like, well, and like he like choked his ex-girlfriend out or something, and she's like suing him, and they're gonna go to trial, I guess, next year or something. But like, he's not like really owning up to that, and I know it's probably hard to do. He was probably blacked out. Who knows? Like, yeah, he wasn't the best version of himself, but like, I don't know, to just be like, nah, she's crazy.
Right. Well, maybe not. Well, I mean, we don't know the situations.
No, I was not there.
But you also need to, at least what part did you play in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, your question.
My question. This might be a sad ending on this question. I don't know. Which of my friends do you feel I'm most similar to?
Your mother.
Yeah.
This is your friend.
She is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's good. It's a good answer.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say your dad. Like your dad, like when you two are together, you're like the same person. He's like everything that you do. And then granted, you're his child. So like the, similarities in look and all that. But just like your mannerisms and your laughs and your humor, and it's like your two little kids, and it's hilarious.
I think my humor is a little darker, but
It is. But he kind of rides with you on that, which is scary.
yeah.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Just get them to meet.
Of course they will.
Yeah. My dad, I'm excited. He moved back to Michigan.
I know, and I just don't want to bombard him. Like, you know, I know how stressful it is and how much work they've done to, like, basically pick up and, like, move their life to a whole nother location across the country. Like, that takes a lot of work, especially when you don't know where home is for a minute.
Yeah.
So I just am kind of like, let's just...
They finally.
I'm thinking, I'm like, call them and ask them if they have Thanksgiving plans.
Yeah, we're trying to book a hotel. We're just going to stay at your place.
Yeah.
But no, it's a nice little house, and it's in Michigan. So they're moving from Mesa, Phoenix, Arizona, back to Michigan, and it'll be good to have them home. And we don't see any of our parents really. I mean, your mom doesn't live that far away, half an hour. We don't really see her as much as we'd like to. My family is about 3 hours away, in Coloma, and don't see them as much as we like. But it's nice to know that we could just drive there for a weekend, if we had the weekend off ever. Which with college and all I mean, you're so swamped and busy. It's hard to get away, and it's just nice to know that they're just a 3 hour drive away.
Yeah.
And they kind of said that vice versa too. They're like, and you're only 3 hours away. I was like, heck yeah. Come up here for a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, that's cool. I'm glad that we played the intimacy game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for it to get really awkward. We don't pre-read the questions or nothing. Like when the intro was going, I was drawing the things, handed Marnie hers, picked mine. So it's gonna get interesting one day.
You put them all the ones we've done into like the back, right?
Yup.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Man, this can go on so there's 150 prompts.
Yeah. So 147 more Saturdays.
No.
2 years. Yeah.
Because we each pick a card.
2. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Math.
70.
Brain. Brain.
70 something.
Yeah. Look, we got our new shirts though. We're gonna be out Tuesday at the library in Traverse City. Come see us. Say what's up. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for us tonight. Mm-hmm. But thanks for listening. I do appreciate that. And good luck in fantasy football. Wasn't so good to me last week. Tyrone beat me.
I did pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I don't know. My kicker got hurt.
Yeah, so he swapped it out for another kicker who, he made what he was supposed to, but the Chargers kicker didn't really work out so hot for you.
It just shows that that's why they call it a game.
You
never know.
See if Swift is hurt. Who knows? What if he goes down? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I have to figure it out tomorrow morning.
McKenzie's not a running back. I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Who knows? But your phone picks up stuff on that microphone.
Mine?
Yeah.
My phone?
Because when you start playing with it is when it starts going, it's called the EMI.
Sorry,
I think it's electric interference. Yeah. It's called something.
My bad.
But anyway, we'll let Marty get her phone in, and we'll leave that in the counter next time. But thanks for listening. Maybe we'll win an iHeartRadio podcast award now. Yay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Win a bunch of free shit from 217 Recovery. Go to the app or the website, 217recovery.com.